Right now, as you watch this, there's a silent storm gathering beneath your paycheck. A financial weapon so invisible, so meticulously calibrated that most people don't even realize they're under attack. Inflation is not just a rise in prices, it's a covert transfer of wealth. And it's working in favor of the already rich. Imagine holding a bag of cash as its weight slowly dwindles. Meanwhile, your neighbor's mansion, their stocks, their private businesses, they're inflating in value quietly, as if on autopilot. You feel the pinch when you pay for groceries or rent. They feel nothing. In fact, they might be getting richer faster because of you. This isn't some distant economic theory. It's happening right now. And when you see how the gears turn, you might never look at inflation the same way again. Years ago, inflation was treated like a necessary evil, annoying but manageable. But over time, something deeper took shape. What began as occasional monetary loosening morphed into a full-blown system, a system where inflation is not just tolerated, it's engineered. Here's how the game changed. Central banks started printing money on a scale once reserved for crisis only. Debt collapsed, rates ground to zero, and the richest players in the world quietly stepped in. They didn't just survive, they leveraged. Real estate, stocks, infrastructure. They exhausted every avenue of leverage. But while their balance sheets swelled, yours didn't. Because inflation doesn't strike evenly, the system is rigged. The money you hold loses value, but the assets they own multiply in nominal price. This is not by mistake, it's by design. To understand how inflation supercharges rich people's wealth, you have to understand a few hidden levers. First, debt devaluation. When inflation rises unexpectedly, it doesn't just make things more expensive, it erodes the real value of nominal debts. That means if someone borrowed money at a fixed rate, they're now paying back with money that's worth less. According to the St. Louis Fed, this mechanism transfers wealth from lenders, creditors, to borrowers. Second, erosion of cash and savings. Many people stash money in checking accounts or savings, thinking they are safe. But these accounts pay almost no interest, far below what inflation is often running at. The Fed itself calculated that demand and time deposits lost nearly $1.8 trillion in purchasing power in a single 12-month period of inflation. Third, asset inflation. The rich own what matters: real estate, equities, private companies. During inflationary periods, these tangible and financial assets often rise in nominal value. Meanwhile, those who don't own them, renters, wage earners, get squeezed. Fourth, leverage and cheap credit. Wealthy individuals and corporations borrow at ultra-low rates, sometimes fixed. As inflation climbs, the real burden of their debt shrinks, but their assets, already inflated in value, remain huge. Fifth, portfolio diversification. According to New Trader U, the ultra-wealthy spread their investments across multiple inflation-resilient classes: commodities, real estate, infrastructure, giving them a hedge regular savers simply can't access. All these levers combine. Inflation builds wealth for asset holders while attacking those whose wealth is stuck in cash, fixed-rate bonds, or low-return savings. Let's get concrete, because when you know the scale, the picture becomes terrifying. Economist Edward Wolf, in a long-running study, showed that between 1983 and 2019, inflation added, on average, $1,400 to the net worth of a typical U.S. middle-class household by eroding their debt burden. But that's not the end. That same inflation also boosted the ultra-rich by even more in real terms. In fact, a working paper from the NBER modeled inflation at 4% or even 8%, and found that the wealth gap between the richest and poorest shrunk under those inflated scenarios. But not because the poor got richer. Rather, the richest debt shrank and their assets soared, while the poorest simply had far less in nominal assets to begin with. Meanwhile, in Europe, the ECB has documented how the top 20% of the wealth distribution controls up to 90% of financial assets, while the bottom 20% are buried in debt. During inflation, their equity-heavy portfolios benefit, while their liabilities, especially if variable, can be stabilized or even eroded. Then you add the macro-level distortion. The Institute for New Economic Thinking argues that the ultra-rich are fueling asset bubbles with cheap credit, while the bottom 90% rely on that credit just to scrape by, often for housing, healthcare, education. Put it all together, inflation is not merely a bug in the system. It's a feature, a quiet machine of wealth extraction disguised as a macroeconomic problem. This story isn't just about billionaires and hedge funds. It's about you. It's about your neighbor. It's about the person working 2 jobs to make ends meet while their dollar buys less every week. When inflation surges, ordinary people pay more for essentials: rent, utilities, food. Their wages rarely keep up. That's not just anecdote. Inflation outpacing wage growth is well documented. Savvy lenders, old institutions, private banks profit because the real value of the money they loaned out vanishes. Meanwhile, borrowers who locked in cheap fixed-rate loans are enjoying the ride. Cash savers lose, bonds lose. Certificates of deposit lose. The money they thought was safe gets chewed away by the rising price level. And for the biggest players, the ultra-wealthy, inflation is a gift. Their real estate goes up, their stocks go up, their private assets inflate. Their debt becomes a lighter anchor, not a drag. This is not a side effect, it's systemic. It's an architecture built to advantage the few at the expense of the many. So you might ask, haven't we seen inflation before? Why is this any different? Because this isn't just inflation. This is monetary engineering magnified by low rates, easy credit, and global debt. In past inflationary bursts, ordinary people were hit hard. But this time, the rich are already deeply entrenched in the game. They borrowed, they leveraged, they own, and they waited. When rates dropped to near zero, they didn't just park their cash. They deployed it into buyouts, infrastructure, real estate, and long-duration debt. That debt is now inflating away, while their hard assets hold or grow in nominal terms. In effect, the monetary fire department has become part of the problem. Central banks pump liquidity, debt balloons, assets inflate, and the rich get richer. But if inflation spikes further or interest rates swing, the system could crack. The very mechanism helping them now could also become their vulnerability. There are voices echoing in the darkness, economists and thinkers who know something's very wrong. Edward Wolff's research suggests that inflation isn't just a nuisance. It's reshaping wealth inequality in favor of the top. Meanwhile, analysts at the St. Louis Fed warn that unexpected inflation is silently transferring trillions from ordinary financial savers into the pockets of debtors. On the other side, heterodox economists argue that low interest rates and easy credit have built an asset price pyramid, a pyramid that could implode if inflation or borrowing costs swing the wrong way. And if that pyramid collapses, well, the fall won't be equal. The rich have parachutes, others have nothing. Here's the chilling truth. This crisis hasn't just been predicted, it's already underway. Depositors have felt it. Their cash shrinks in value. Savers have felt it. Their bonds erode. Borrowers like big corporations, they smile. Their low-rate debt is quietly being paid back with cheaper dollars. Their asset-heavy portfolios keep inflating. Look at the real estate boom. Not just residential, global infrastructure, commercial property, private equity-backed projects. That's not inflation catching up. That's inflation helping them build. Consider what happened after 2020. Trillions of stimulus dollars, ultra-low rates, debt piling up. Instead of crumbling, the wealthy turned that chaos into fuel. Fuel for bigger bets, bigger deals, bigger returns. The fuse is lit, the machine is rolling, and the beneficiaries, the very rich, are already winning. You might be wondering, if this is rigged, can I do anything about it? The answer is yes, but it's not simple. First, understand the game. Knowing how inflation works is your first defense. You don't have to be powerless if you see the mechanics. Second, diversify your own assets. If you're able, consider investing. Not just in cash, but in things that hold value, or even appreciate, when money becomes weaker. Third, challenge the system. Demand transparency. Hold institutions accountable. Economics isn't just a boardroom game, it affects your life. But most importantly, don't ignore the warning signs. Because if this continues unchecked, the next chapter could be far more dangerous, not just for your wallet, but for economic stability itself. Here's the painful lesson. Inflation is not just squeezing you, it's empowering the wealthy. It's not random, it's engineered. And unless something changes, it will continue to do what it always does. Concentrate wealth at the top. But we're not done yet. In the next episode, we'll pull back the curtain on shadow banks, private credit machines, and how the ultra-rich are building their own secret bailout systems, ones designed to survive the collapse they helped create. If you want to stay one step ahead, hit subscribe. The system won't warn you, but we will.